Good evening and welcome to the Royal Veterinary College. My name is Barbara Young and I chair the council of the college. And as chair, I declare this ceremony open for the presentation of graduates of the Royal Veterinary College for the conferment of degrees and awards. Please be seated.
Chair, President, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, it's my great pleasure as President and Principal here at the Royal Veterinary College to welcome you here this afternoon. It's the most amazing feeling to be in this building for the first time. This is going to be a first for lots of things today. Some people getting their first degrees, but we are actually holding our very first graduation here in our spectacular new buildings, and we're very, very happy to welcome you. I will say a few words after we've awarded the degrees, and I realise that I'm now holding up proceedings. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce President of the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons, Linda Belton, who will be assisting us, that's what we are, assisting her, to admit our graduates of the BVetMed into the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons. And our two presenters, first of all, to Caroline Pellet-Many, BSc MSci Course Director, and John Fishwick, who's our BVetMed Course Director. And we start by inviting Caroline up to administer the degrees. Caroline.
I present to you those candidates who have achieved the Bachelor of Science in Bioveterinary Science. Yassine Akoun. Scarlett Graham. Zara Maylin Graham. Chloe Hobbs. Victoria Elena Menezes Barreto. Mackenzie J. Muir. Rebecca Variu. I present to you those candidates who have achieved a Master in Science in Biological Sciences. Harry Tyler Anderson Hasty. Anna Maria Socinska.
I present to you those candidates who have achieved the Bachelor of Veterinary Medicine. Vili Blagova. Lisa Mai Bock. Alexandra Bernie Elder. Maya Shydon Green. Simone Bianca Heaney. Jordan Allen Hodges. Atika Taskin Karim. Laura Patrina Long. Maria Louise Metz. Anna Jane Murphy. Harriet Lorraine Josephine Rowe. Tang Ki Lok Jeremy. Nancy Zaglu. That concludes the candidates who have achieved a Bachelor of Veterinary Medicine. Please join us in congratulating them.
So this is a short and sweet ceremony this afternoon, but could I ask you now to join me in congratulating all of our newest graduates of the Royal Veterinary College. We now return to a particular part of the programme where our BVetMed graduates will be admitted to the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons. It's an interesting moment because as of now, they are no longer our students, so they don't fall under our disciplinary processes, and they're not yet members of the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons, so they don't fall under their disciplinary process. So basically, you've got about a minute to do what you like. Okay? But with that in mind, I now call on the RCVS President Linda Belton to administer the oath. Thank you.
Okay, this gives me great pleasure to be here today. So, BVetMed graduates, if I could ask you please to stand. And we will go through the oath in short bits, so it's a repeat after me, please. So, I promise and solemnly declare that I will pursue the work of my profession with integrity. And accept my responsibilities. To the public, my clients, the profession, and the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons. And that above all, my constant endeavour will be to ensure the health and welfare of animals committed to my care.
My constant endeavour will be to ensure the health and welfare of animals committed to my care.
In the name of the Council of the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons, and by virtue of the power conferred upon them by the Royal Charter and Act of Parliament, I do hereby admit you as members of the said Royal College, and by the same power do confer upon you the right to be styled veterinary surgeons, and to be known and deemed and recognised henceforth as duly qualified members of the veterinary profession. Congratulations. So that minute is over. And welcome as the newest members of the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons. It's a real privilege to be joining you here today and in this fabulous new building as well. And just a little bit as you start your professional careers, whatever career path you follow. And you'll have worked very, very hard to be here today. And will every day as a vet, in whatever career path you take, go well? Probably not. But the skills that you have developed during your time at the RVC will have equipped you to navigate your way through the challenges that will come up. For BVetMed graduates, the RCVS is now your Royal College. Make good use of it. It provides a wealth of resources aimed to help us perform and meet the standards the college requires us to work to. Being a regulated professional does bring with it certain privileges, but of course we refer to those responsibilities. And our veterinary code of conduct is there to ensure we're aware of our responsibilities. And the supporting guidance is just that. It is there to support and guide you to meet them. And the Royal College, as both a regulator and a Royal College, and a compassionate regulator, works to help us succeed, as opposed to just disciplining us if we fall short. And whilst we're all focused on animal health and welfare, animals have owners and keepers. And you will need also to work well with people to use your veterinary skills to best effect in whatever capacity. And the people you will meet throughout your career, colleagues, clients, they will add so much to your working life. And taking time to forge good relationships with people will really enhance your ability to use those skills. The RCVS has a Vet GDP programme to help you as you leave your undergraduate studies and start in your career, looking to help you become both confident as well as competent. We're asked to work within our scope of competency quite reasonably, but that does not mean we shouldn't stretch ourselves. And it's much easier to stretch ourselves when we have support, and it's so fabulous to see the support you have had here in this room with us today. So thank you to all the supporters as well. So, enjoy your veterinary career. Career paths should perhaps be viewed more as a climbing wall than a ladder. There are so many different possible routes, and sometimes moving sideways or even back a bit opens up a whole new route which we couldn't see before. And I can honestly say that given my time again, my choice would be a veterinary career. Good luck to you all.
Thank you, President. I now broaden the address to all of our graduates and indeed to many of our guests here in the audience. I'm not sure who it was that said the genesis of graduation speeches was to ensure that none of our graduates went out into the outside world without being properly sedated. So I promise I'll keep this brief. When I was first standing here, I knew I was standing between you and your awards, and now I'm standing between you and your family celebrations. They do say that some of the university days are the best days of your life, and I think it's important that we put that in context. Some of the best days of your life. The best is still to come in many respects. And I know that the skills and the knowledge that you've acquired are going to fit you very well for the careers that you go out to. Some of you old enough to remember the pop group U2 may remember Bono. Bono was given an honorary degree, and he, in his graduation address, said, "Seeing a rock star standing in academic robes is utterly ridiculous." He said, "It's like putting a King Charles Spaniel in a little tartan suit and a little tartan hat. It's unnatural and it doesn't make the dog any smarter." You, on the other hand, have earned the right to wear your academic robes, and it's a delight. I hope, after a few years with us, you feel a bit smarter, and it is the perfectly natural place for you to be. I do want to add a few more general words to those of the RCVS President, for whom I thank her for her address. And they are rather simple. The first, as you all go out into your careers, is to be humble. I remember on my first day in my first job, looking forward to doing some amazingly spectacular things with my new skills, I was asked to make everybody a cup of coffee. And I obviously looked crestfallen, and the boss said, "Don't worry, Stuart, I know you're a Glasgow graduate, we'll show you how the kettle works." The second is really to be prepared for doing jobs that you might not expect to do. So there's a story of the Pope flying into the United Nations in New York, and the plane landed late, and he was running late. And he got into the taxi, or the limo, he went out into the arrivals hall, and there was somebody standing with a little sign that said Pope on it. Anyway, he got into the limo and off it went, and it got stopped after traffic light, till eventually the Pope lost patience and told the driver to get in the back, and he got in the front and just floored it to get there in time. Wouldn't you know it, jumped a red light, got stopped by the police, and there was a rookie police officer and a more senior police officer, and the rookie officer was sent over. So he chaps on the window, Pope hits the electric window, down it goes, bzz, and the young cop looks in, horrified. He goes back to his senior cop, he said, "We can't book him, he's too important." And the old cop said, "What is it, the mayor?" He said, No, more important than that. "Is it the governor?" No, more important than that. "Is it the president?" "More important than that." He said, "Well, who is it?" He says, "I've no idea, but the Pope's his driver." So you can end up doing jobs that you don't expect. Be ambitious. Be ambitious. I know many of you have worked hard and will have won prizes through the years, but I need to tell you those prizes and any special prizes that you might have count less and less as the years go on. Congratulations, by the way, but they count less and less. And I can tell you, I can offer words of solace to any of you who are C-grade students, and that is one day you can be president of a university. Just saying. There are things that you need in life. My old mentor said you need a good partner, you need a good teacher, and you need a good doctor. If you fly a lot, I would argue you need a good pilot, but that's also the case. But really, you need support. You need support of all sorts, and it's a delight to see you with your family and friends and supporters here, because they have supported you as you have gone through the trials and tribulations, the highs and the lows of a university career. So you'll need support, continued support from your families and friends, and you'll need support from those around you. And some of the friendships that you've made will be lifelong friendships, indeed some partnerships in your time here at the RVC. That means you also need to be prepared to accept help. And I think probably the best summary I've heard, I think it was Ellen DeGeneres who said, be your own person, be independent, find your own way, don't follow anybody else's path, unless of course you find yourself lost in a wood in the middle of the night, and then if you see a path, it's quite okay to follow that one. So without impinging on your individuality, be prepared to accept help from those around you. But the most important one of all is to be happy. It is a cliche, but they say if you find a job that you like doing, then you will never do a day's work in your life. So be happy above all else, and everything else will follow. I mean, some people say that money can't buy happiness, and one might argue they don't know where to shop. And certainly you can hang around with some very happy people if you have money, but do not make that your overarching ambition. Happiness has to be the goal. So what about the thank yous? I've thanked you all once already, but there are many more to be done today. And looking at the back of the room, I can see some very proud people. I think little dewy eyes there as well. So they saw you go off to kindergarten. They saw you take your first steps before that. They saw you leaving school. They saw you taking part in sports through the years, winning a prize or not winning a prize, as it goes. And now they see you here today, all grown up and about to start new professional careers. They are very happy indeed. And if you're going to ask them for money, today is a good day to do it. So why don't you give your supporters a little round of applause as thanks for them. Now, you chose us, and we chose you, but you didn't get through this on your own, and I'd just like to pay tribute to my colleagues who are seated in front of us here today. They are who make this place work, whether it's in front of clients, whether it's in front of students, whether it's doing all the work that requires in the lab, whether it's our professional services team. It's a real team game. And it's only a team game that manages to deliver the goods, and those goods are indeed our graduates. They're also the ones who make us QS ranked by subject #1 vet school in the world. I just thought I would drop that one in before you disappear one last time. So on your behalf, I thank them for all they've done for you through the years. Thank you very much indeed, colleagues. Really appreciate it. How about a round of applause? But finally, I turn back to you. I mean, this is your day. It's a big day. It's going to be over very quickly. Try and capture the moment, carpe diem, and enjoy what it is that you are going on to do. The slightly worrying thing, of course, is that our reputation now depends on you. No, I'm actually delighted to see you here today. And I know that as our newest ambassadors, only good things can come the way of the RVC. And do stay in touch with us, please. You're entering the workplace which is changing. Seize the opportunities that are offered to you. Take those doors that open in front of you maybe unexpectedly. And above all, as I say, be happy. Future is promised to nobody, and it's up to you to go and make it. And probably one of the most sage things I ever heard was that if you encounter a road without obstacles, it probably doesn't go anywhere very exciting. So just bear that one in mind. We have had a family that actually graduated 3 children on the one day, and I asked the parents which of the children, so it was Michael who got a BSc, Amanda who got an MSc, and Peter who got a PhD. I asked them which child they loved the most. And they said, Stuart, none of them. We love Linda, she got a job. So there you go. So finally, class of 24, thank you so much for all the things you've brought to the RVC, to my colleagues, to myself, the society events, the ups and downs of communications, and of course those COVID years with which we all had to cope. Thank you for everything you've brought. You're entering a world where you will never, ever be too far away from an RVC graduate. And if you remember only one thing from today, and I suspect that's all you will remember other than from the photographs, it must be this. Wherever you go and whatever you do, you will always be an RVC graduate. Congratulations, everybody.
Our formal assembly is now at an end, and Stuart said he was all there is between you and celebration, but actually I'm all there is between you and celebration. I just wanted to say 2 things. One is you are now part of that huge and wonderful global RVC family. Enjoy it and keep in touch and say nice things about us wherever you go. And secondly, my congratulations for all the hard work that you've put into your time here and achieving your qualification. It's absolutely magnificent, and all success in the next stage of whatever you choose to do, because the reality is with an RVC degree you can choose to do anything that you want to do. So thank you everybody. We're formally closing, but there will be fun, excitement, celebrations in the atrium, and we look forward to seeing proud mums and dads and happy and grateful students. Thank you.
Thank you.